Hello everyone, myself Jaya Agarwal, Assistant Professor Political Science, SPCGCA Ajmer. I welcome you all once again in my this video, and this is paper second of BA part second, and we have been studying. In our last video we studied about Indian political system and features of Council of Ministers in India was our topic, and in this video we are going to keep it continue, and we will see the remaining features of Council of Ministers in India. uh, so let's start. Fifth point is theory of secrecy. This is one of the most important principles of parliamentary system, and it has been always followed in India by the system. In the meeting of the Council of Ministers or Cabinet, every minister has the right to oppose any decision or policy, but when collective decision is taken, then all the ministers will have to follow the principle of secrecy. In case if any minister does not follow this rule, disciplinary action would be taken against him. Therefore, whole council of ministers or cabinet follow this principle. In our last video we studied that we have adopted parliamentary system, more some traditions or conventions, and some theories or principles have been derived from British Constitution, and parliamentary system is one of them. And among all the principles of parliamentary system, one is most important, that is theory of secrecy, and we have adopted this system. As well as it has been prevailing in Britain, and so let's know what is the theory of secrecy. Theory of secrecy, that's mean when a meeting of Council of Ministers or Cabinet headed by Prime Minister, in that meeting every minister of Council of Ministers or Cabinet has the right to oppose a decision being taken at that time by the prime ministers along with his council of ministers. At that time a minister has the right to support that decision or to oppose that decision, but this is the time when you are to support or oppose, not after once decision has been taken you do not have any right against it. But when collective decision is taken, you will all have to follow the principle of secrecy. Once collective decision is being taken, here comes the theory of secrecy. Collective decision means collective responsibility, and when decision has been taken, that's mean you all have supported this decision. Now you cannot deny it, and you cannot, a minister cannot disclose that decision till the time of implementation. That's mean one minister cannot disclose any decision until it will be implemented. This is the theory of secrecy. If someone doesn't follow this theory or someone violates this the principle of secrecy, disciplinary action would be taken against him, and therefore whole council of minister or cabinet follow this principle. So when we talk about theory of secrecy, here doesn't come collective responsibility, here comes it is each minister's personal responsibility, individual responsibility, that he does not disclose any decision before the set timings. Second one is leadership of prime minister. This is sixth point. Leadership of prime minister is a core element of the system, prevails in Britain as well as in India, as PM is the center of the system. Therefore, this is also a feature of Indian Council of Ministers that there is the leadership of PM. Although Prime Minister always pay attention to the problem, demands, etc. of the Council of Ministers, but he has to lead them to the government and to the nation. So leadership of the of prime minister is the key feature of council of ministers in India, because office of prime minister is like an axis, and whole system revolves around PM. He is leader of the council of ministers. He is leader of he leads his party along with his government in parliament, as well as before the nation, and he is leader of the nation, and for whole the international community he presents his the country or nation, and all the decisions and or have are taken by the prime ministers, or the policies being formulated by the prime ministers, and he is real head of the executive, and all the meetings of council of ministers or cabinet is presided over by the prime minister, and he is to some extent he is free to choose his all the ministers, either it is council of ministers or cabinet. To some extent he is totally free, and he use his opinion in this regard, and he pays full attention to the problems, demands, etc. of the council of ministers. Ministers discuss with him. Ministers think that there is prime minister to solve their problems. We can go to him anytime, and prime minister has full control over the council of ministers or cabinet, and while we talk about policy formulation or to lead the nation, or implementation of the policies and programs, or to appoint someone, or not to appoint someone, regarding all these things PM leads always. So this is leadership of the prime minister. Next one is expert element in cabinet. Although this is not a thumb rule that in cabinet, while considering the portfolios, only expert will be given the different departments, but in India, generally this useful element is being followed since the beginning of the system. As far as such departments like finance, law, etc. are concerned, this is also one of the features of council of ministers, expert element in cabinet. um, Although there is no our constitution does not say anything in this regard, that while talking about cabinet means heads of the departments, and or those ministers who um, have portfolios, and our constitution doesn't say anything about this, that there must be only experts must be appointed to any department. But this is fortunate that in India generally this useful element has been followed since the beginning of the system till today, that when we talk about such departments where expert element is needed, like finance, law, etc., we can clearly see that these departments heads of these departments have knowledge of their concerning concerned department, and they run well their departments. And so this is the expert element in cabinet, so that the ministers or the heads of these departments can perform well regarding those departments, mainly where expert element is essential to run that department. So these are the features of Council of Ministers in India. हम पढ़ रहे हैं भारत में मंत्री परिषद की विशेषताएं। यह बीए पार्ट सेकंड का पेपर सेकंड है, भारतीय राजनीतिक व्यवस्था। 5th पॉइंट आ जाता है गोपनीयता का सिद्धांत, जो कि संस्थात्मक व्यवस्था का एक महत्वपूर्ण सिद्धांत है। ब्रिटेन ने इसे अपनाया है और उसी तरीके से भारत ने भी इसे अपनाया है। जब कभी मंत्री परिषद की या मंत्रिमंडल की कोई बैठक आयोजित होती है, उस वक्त हर मंत्री को जो निर्णय वहाँ लिया जा रहा है, जो जिस नीति के लिए की चर्चा की जा रही है, उसके ऊपर उन्हें सपोर्ट करने या उसे नहीं सपोर्ट करने, उसका विरोध करने का पूरा उनको अधिकार रहता है। लेकिन जब एक बार सामूहिक निर्णय ले लिया जाता है, कोई भी उस निर्णय से इनकार नहीं कर सकता है। लेकिन इसके बाद में जो गोपनीयता का सिद्धांत है, ये लागू हो जाता है, जिसका अर्थ है कि जब तक उस निर्णय को क्रियान्वित नहीं किया जाता है, कोई भी मंत्री उसे डिस्क्लोज नहीं करेगा। अगर कोई ऐसा करता है तो उसके खिलाफ अनुशासनात्मक कार्यवाही अमल में लाई जाती है। नेक्स्ट आ जाता है प्रधानमंत्री का नेतृत्व। प्रधानमंत्री का जो नेतृत्व है, ये संस्थात्मक व्यवस्था का एक महत्वपूर्ण सिद्धांत है और भारतीय मंत्री परिषद की एक महत्वपूर्ण विशेषता है, क्योंकि जो प्रधानमंत्री है ये हमारे पूरे सिस्टम का केंद्र है, या हम ये कह सकते हैं ये हमारे सिस्टम की वह धुरी है जिसके चारों ओर हमारा पूरा सिस्टम घूमता है। इसीलिए जो प्रधानमंत्री के नेतृत्व में ही सरकार अपना कार्य करती है। यद्यपि जो प्रधानमंत्री होते हैं वो अपनी मंत्री परिषद की जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, उनकी जो मांगी हैं, उनका पूरा ध्यान रखते हैं और प्रत्येक मंत्री अपनी फ्रीली उनसे बात कर सकते हैं रिगार्डिंग प्रॉब्लम्स, डिमांड्स एट्सेट्रा। लेकिन फिर भी प्रधानमंत्री का नेतृत्व, चाहे वो सरकार हो, चाहे वो राष्ट्र हो, चाहे वो उनका खुद की अपनी सरकार इन काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स हो, चाहे वो पार्लियामेंट में संसद हो, विधायन हो, नीति निर्माण हो, प्रधानमंत्री का जो नेतृत्व है वो हमारी इस व्यवस्था का महत्वपूर्ण तत्व है। और लास्ट वन आ जाता है एक्सपर्ट एलिमेंट इन कैबिनेट। मंत्रिमंडल में विशेषज्ञता का तत्व। इसका अर्थ होता है कि जो मंत्रिमंडल में जो विभिन्न विभाग हैं, उनके अंतर्गत संबंधित विभाग की जानकारी या संबंधित विभाग के लिए जो निर्धारित योग्यताएं हैं या उसका जो ज्ञान है, संबंधित व्यक्ति को ही उसका प्रधान बनाया जाना चाहिए। यद्यपि इस संबंध में हमारे संविधान के अंतर्गत कुछ भी नहीं कहा गया है और ये कोई हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल नहीं है, लेकिन अगर देखा जाए तो भारत में जनरली इस रूल को फॉलो किया गया है। सरकारों ने इस रूल को फॉलो किया है और मुख्य रूप से वो विभाग जिनमें दक्षता या विशेषज्ञता की ज़रूरत होती है, उदाहरण के लिए वित्त है, कानून है, जहाँ तक इन विभागों का संबंध है। सामान्यतः यदि देखा जाए तो विभिन्न सरकारों ने अपने अपने समय पर इस जो एक्सपर्ट एलिमेंट है, विशेषज्ञता का जो तत्व है, इस सिद्धांत को उन्होंने फॉलो किया है और विशेषज्ञता वाले डिपार्टमेंट के जो प्रधान है, विभागों के जो प्रधान है, वो ऐसे व्यक्ति को ही बनाया गया है जिन्हें उस क्षेत्र विशेष का ज्ञान है। आज के लिए इतना ही, मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में। तब तक के लिए धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच।